Sorry, can you start over?
So on the front of the trailer, marker lights, not cracked or broken. The lenses have no condensation, no moisture. They're red in the back, amber everywhere else. Marker light, not cracked or broken. The lenses have no condensation, no moisture. They're red in the back, amber everywhere else. DOT reflector tape all across is secure, visible, and not missing. We're gonna go to the landing gear, the legs, the pads, and the crank handle. They're all securely mounted, not cracked, bent, or broken. They're secure with nuts and bolts. The legs will be in the forward race position at DMB. So you're gonna say your crank handle is stowed and secure. We're gonna say frame. We're gonna go over to the whole frame with the cross members all across. They're secure. They're not cracked, no illegal welds, no holes or damage. From front to back, side to side, and no missing floorboards. Now we're gonna go to the back here. We're gonna start with the sliding chassis, not cracked or broken. The release arm and the locking pins are in the lock position. Remember, it just depends on your examiner if they want you to mention it. We're gonna start again with the suspension. The very first one is your spring mount, securely mounted, not cracked, bent, or broken, secure with nuts and bolts. Leaf springs, securely mounted, not missing, shifted, cracked, or broken. They're held by U-bolts that are securely mounted, not cracked, bent, or broken, secure with nuts and bolts. Remember, there is no shock absorber back here. We're gonna go to the torque arm and the torque bar. They're both secure. The torque bar
With the arm.
and the arm is back here underneath under the leaf spring. So both of those will be securely mounted, not cracked, bent, or broken, secure with nuts and bolts. Your torque bar stabilizes the load of the cargo, and your torque arm keeps the chassis straight. Remember, that goes in the same direction as your sliding chassis. Now we're gonna start with the braking system. So we're gonna go with the brake hoses. Brake hoses are secure at both ends, fittings are tight, free of abrasion, bubbles, or cuts, and there is no air leaks. Brake chambers, securely mounted, not cracked, bent, or broken. Seat clamp is not loose or missing, and it's not leaking air. You stand here and look across on your tires. Inside will be your brake drum and lining. There is no cracks, no dents, no loose or missing bolts. It is not contaminated with any debris, oil, or grease, and the lining is not worn dangerously thin, no less than a quarter inch. Now we're gonna go to the slack adjuster and the push rod. On this one, they're right behind the brake chambers, or we can go all the way in the back and look at the slack adjuster here. So they're right here. Slack adjuster, and then your push rod. Securely mounted, not cracked, bent, or broken. The push rod has no more than 2 inches of travel when pulled by hand. And then we're gonna release the trailer brakes. So that was all the suspension, the brakes. Now we're gonna go to the tires. So for our tires, we're gonna start with the inflation. So the tires are properly inflated. We will check it at the valve stem with an air gauge. This valve stem is missing a cap, but it's not broken or leaking. We're gonna go to all 4 sidewalls. The condition of the tires have no abrasion, no bubbles, no cuts. They're evenly worn, and they're the same type of tire. Minimum depth tread is 232. We would check it with a tire tread depth gauge. These tires can be recapped. The butt spacing, the tires are evenly spaced. They're not rubbing, and there is no debris in between your tires. The rim, not bent, cracked, or broken. No illegal welds. All the lug nuts are present. They're not bent, cracked, or broken. There is no rust trails or shiny threads that would indicate looseness, and there is no cracks around the bolt holes. We're gonna go all the way in the back. These trucks don't have any other lights on these, but you're gonna say all the lights, not cracked or broken. The lenses have no condensation, no moisture. They're all functional. What are their functions? Right turn signal, left turn signal, four-way flashers, brake lights, ID lights, running lights, and the ABS will be on this side. This one doesn't have it, but it's always on the driver's side. And then we're gonna go to the DOT reflector tape. It's secure, visible, and not missing.